this time. Hope that I find what I'm reaching for, the way that it is in my mind. Someday I'll get over you. I'll live to see it all through, but I'll always miss dreaming my dreams with you. But I won't let it change me, not if I can. I'd rather believe in love and give it away as much as I can to those that I'm fondest of. Someday I'll get over you. I'll live to see it all, but I'll always miss dreaming my dreams with you.
We're singing along here. It's just like the old days, singing along with Colleen Hewitt.
Can I tell you, I adore that song.
Lovely song, isn't
And
it?
can I say, just before we say hello to Colleen, I just want to... Is there a musical thing that has happened in this country that you have not been a part of? I'm sitting in here in the studio during the ad break, and we said, "Oh, we've got Colleen on the line. Great, we'll look forward to chatting to her." Mike says, "Shall we play a song?" I said, "Oh yes, Dreaming My Dreams. I love that." Mike said, "Oh, I sang on that," and I thought, "Oh, is there anything he hasn't been a part of?"
I hope Colleen remembers. Good evening, Cole.
How are you, Mike? How are you, Simon?
We're well.
Can you confirm that I was on that record? I hope I was.
Absolutely, yes. He was one of the la, la, la. A little bit out of tune, but look,
Yeah.
we forgave him. No, it was a great session. Peter Sullivan was behind the arrangement and the playing of that gorgeous little piano trickling through it. I can't believe... I sound like a little chipmunk on it, though.
You sound, I have to say, you do sound like a little girl.
I do!
But then again, you were a little girl.
I suppose I was. Yeah.
Do you remember once, Colleen, me lifting you up and carrying you out when you were not well?
Oh,
Many
yes,
years
I
ago?
certainly do. We were doing a session. That part I don't remember.
Years and years ago, yeah.
Yeah, but I most certainly do remember you lifting me and carrying me.
Yeah, I must have been very strong. You couldn't have carried me, I can assure you.
You couldn't carry me now. In those days, my boots weighed more than I did.
Now, Cole, obviously you've had a lovely a Christmas, a bit of a, I suppose, a sentimental Christmas for you, obviously.
Absolutely fabulous. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was a sentimental time. Yes, it was. I lost my mum this year, Mike, and so my mum and dad would have been underneath the mistletoe up above, but so my boys, William and Casey, we both went over and spent the day with Danny, which was just fantastic. My daughter Jessica is living over in London, but I believe she is coming back for a bit of a holiday in February or March or something like that.
She's living in London, so she's out of the pram then?
Oh, yes. I'm still at the pram. I am such a hoarder. It's just terrible.
Amazing.
Yeah, but I'm about to do another shift again, so the pram might have to go. Yeah.
It seems, like yesterday you were wheeling her in a pram. I
know. Isn't it fabulous? Yeah. I mean, all of those days, when you talk about the old days, well, we are in the old days now, too. It's not going to be long before we'll be saying, oh, remember that interview we did and Simon was there and we were talking about you singing. I mean, look, life is just to be enjoyed absolutely every second of it because you just don't know when the lights are going to go out, you know?
Oh, well, that's true.
When the boy up top wants us, we don't question it. we just go. And so we've got to enjoy every single breath, every single moment, and every friend that we have. And make a new friend every day if you can.
No, good philosophy, Colleen.
Well, it's all fresh, isn't it? Everything is fresh. Being happy, you just feel so much better.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Colleen, I'm a bit of a big nostalgia buff. I think it comes from working with Bruce and Phil for so many years. The first thing I always want to know when we get somebody on is a bit about their history. Before music, what was Colleen like at school and growing up? Was music always a part of your life?
Simon, oh, absolutely, yes, it was. I had a beautiful uncle by the name of Des Duguid, and he had the most beautiful operatic type voice. He used to do all the plays, The Merry Widow and, you know, My Fair Lady, all those types of things up in Bendigo. And I just love that whole make-believe, get dressed up in costumes and all that sort of thing. And I knew at a very early age that that's where I wanted to be. And when television started, I knew that I was going to be a part. Mind you, I could have been the weather girl for all I knew, but I knew that I was going to be a part of it. So at the age of 12, my uncle arranged for me to sing on my 12th birthday up at the local dance in Bendigo, and that was his birthday gift to me, to learn 3 songs and get up and sing. And look, it wasn't like bells and whistles and God knows what going off in the background, but I knew I was comfortable there. So then I proceeded to get expelled from the last 3 schools I went to.
Okay, yeah. So you're definitely a musician.
I know why you're expelled, Colleen, because you've never held back.
I know. I can't help myself, Mike and Simon. I call a spade, and if the person can't handle the truth, then please don't ask me, because I spare no feelings. I'm terrible like that.
Now, your Uncle Desi Dogood must have been very influential, because your sister Glenys, who probably didn't achieve the same heights that you did in terms of public exposure, but is a mighty fine singer as well, isn't she?
Well, Mike, she achieved something that I have always wanted to do. She spent more than a year over entertaining the troops in Vietnam at the time, and she went all over that whole area. And Glenys is not like me. I'm really outgoing, and I would have probably been the one that ended up with a bullet in my head, because I wouldn't have been able to sit still. But there was Glenys, such a shy and when I chalk and cheese, she's a real lady. She's absolutely a gem and has never ever changed, So, and she went out there and did all that entertainment. In the days of Yvonne Barrett, Denise Drysdale, all the you guys, MPD, you were all over there. I mean, it was something that I always wanted to do, but because I was just a singer, I didn't get that opportunity. So, I mean, I was in a band with Laurie Allen Review, but we were sort of touring around Australia, and, well, I guess we were never asked, I suppose. I mean, Laurie was the leader of the band, so we wouldn't know what was going on and what he was knocking back, But, yeah, it's been a fantastic time. It's been an amazing career.
Yeah. When did you step out from the Laurie Allen Review and become a star in your own right? What was your first...
Oh, Simon, the Laurie Allen Review started in 1965. I was just going on 15, and but there was another little group before that. I moved back down from Bendigo, where I started from 12, and then there was a little band, and then the Laurie Allen Review. Then I went up and worked with another band on the Gold Coast, and that's where I met Danny Finley in 1968, and we came on down to Melbourne, and after that band disbanded, and just got a great hand along with a few of Danny's old mates from those days, And yeah, it was like a snowball job, It went from Happening 70 to Bandstand, and then the old whirlwind merry-go-round just took over. And
Well, I mean, you mentioned from a career point of view, but we know you obviously as a very fine singer, but you've really had a huge stage career, not just recently with Chicago, which you starred in recently, but all those years ago with Pippin and Godspell, was it as well? Were you in Godspell?
Well, Godspell was really, I almost got that by accident, really, because Ken Brodziak, who was responsible for bringing the Beatles to Australia back in the early 60s, he was putting on this play at the original Playbox Theatre in Exhibition Street. And so he asked Danny to bring me in and to hear a song that he thought I might be interested in, which was Day by Day. Well, you know, I found it to be fairly boring sort of song. You know, the same verse over and over and over. And I thought, what the hell am I going to do with this? You know, it's like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. But then again, those songs are legendary. So, and then when we were there and we decided that, yeah, this could be a hit if we sort of change this and change that, he said, would you like to audition for the play? And we sort of looked at each other and gone, play? I always thought it was just so straight, you know, working in theatre, darling.
Yes, darling.
Yeah, and I had only just sort of started doing, you know, the scene, as we called it in those days here, and I had my first record with Superstar, and, you know, which you were there very much a part of as well. I mean, I didn't want to go into theatre, but I'm glad I did.
So are we.
Well, 6 auditions later, I got the part, and that was the beginning of the theatrical side of it, and then came all the straight things on.
And television acting. I remember you bobbing up everywhere as an actor on television.
Yeah, I think I probably did too much in the end, you know, but you know, in this business in this country, with its population, Mike and Simon, you've got to really mix it up. And I was really lucky to have fantastic directors, fantastic judgment from my manager, Danny, and everyone just seemed to make it pretty easy for me. You know, all I had to do was learn the lines or learn the song and turn up. It was not really that hard. It's been very enjoyable.
Now, if you're happy to hang on for us, we've got to squeeze in a break, but there's just so much more we want to ask. We just couldn't possibly let you go. You happy to hang on for a sec?